Welcome back, everybody, to the showdown. As always, I am your host, Austin AJ Stellato, here on what is a very beautiful but very cold Wednesday and Wednesday in general, rather, as we are unfortunately moving closer and closer to winter. Supposed to get some snow tomorrow. That's kind of a surprise. Not exactly sure how much we're forecasted to get. Hopefully not too much. I don't have any boots, to be completely honest. All the boots are back over in Rockland County. But as always, let's head into the recap on my picks from this past week in the NFL, Week 10. If you're following along at home, and it was another good week for me, and the picks 10-4 on the week. Very pleased with that. That's, I believe, 3 weeks in a row with double-digit correct picks. Again, moving that winning percentage further and further higher, if you will. More over 500, the better. Now, I am before we get into the recaps, I am conscious of the fact that I've had some very good weeks, and these could have very well been very bad weeks. There are a lot of close games. Again, it's all for fun, but I do take a lot of pride in the picks and how well I was able to do last year. And again, it was a very slow start this year, but starting to turn it around. Again, it's always a little bit tougher in the beginning of the season because there is so much parity. You're trying to figure out what teams are like and stuff of that nature. But nonetheless, 10-4 on the week. Let's head in to the correct picks. First one last Thursday night, the Steelers over the Panthers. Now, I thought this was going to be a closer game than it actually was, but I think what we learned with this game is that the Panthers on the road, I don't know if I don't trust them as much. I don't trust this team on the road. Obviously, they were able to go in to Philadelphia and get a big win, but and that's where I wanted to believe that they were a better team on the road, but just get completely demolished at home. On the road against Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh has really turned it around. Really, I think ever since that Atlanta game where they blew them out, they've really been playing some good football. And again, they're going to be without Le'Veon Bell, and I don't think they care, to be completely honest. Again, I don't know exactly the Steelers fan perspective. It'd be interesting to know that about how they're viewing Le'Veon Bell right now. But I'm sure, even though I am not a Steelers fan, I can assure you that they all love James Conner right about now. As the Steelers, I believe, now 6-2-1, sitting atop that AFC North division. Next one, Redskins over the Buccaneers. Now, the Redskins, they improve. They get a win. They bounce back. And the Buccaneers, again, this is just such a weird team. They came out to such a hot start. And it's funny to think, the only blemish right now on the Saints is that week 1 loss to the Buccaneers and Ryan Fitzmagic. They lost 48-40, but they dropped that one. I mean, they had nearly 500 yards of offense, and they fall. 16-3 was the final. Speaking of the Saints, they just, everybody was like, yeah, they're up there with the Rams, the Chiefs, best team in the league. And I think now it's not even a question. They go out on the road, cold Cincinnati, and just completely blow out the Cincinnati Bengals. They win it 51-14. I mean, not even close. Drew Brees, just absolutely incredible. Again, Saints, definitely the best team in the NFL at the moment. Next one, Colts over the Jaguars. I liked Andrew Luck in this game. I've not liked the way the Jaguars have been playing recently. It was a close game, able to hold on late. Colts win it 29-26. The Bears over the Lions. Trubisky played decently well. You put up 34 points as a team. You're doing something right offensively, but that defense continues to be the story. A very good defense there in Chicago. Big matchup against the Minnesota Vikings this Sunday night. Again, later in the show, I'll be making my picks for week 11, but Bears able to pull that one out against the Lions. Chiefs over the Cardinals. Again, a little bit closer than I would have expected. 26-14 is the final. But the Chiefs, they continue to roll. And much like the Bears with a big matchup against the Vikings, that matchup, the Bears-Vikings matchup, is more important to their division and the wild card in the playoff picture as a whole. But all the glitz and glamour is going to be focused around the Chiefs next week as they face off against the Los Angeles Rams. And that should be a very, very good game next Monday night. I'm happy they put it back into LA. I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. Speaking of the Rams, they able to hold off the Seattle Seahawks in what was a very good game. And, the Rams, I talked about it last week, and you're starting to see some of their flaws, and the flaws are in their defense. They can put up points, absolutely, but they will go as far as their defense can take you, as they can take them. Again, able to hold on against the Seahawks, and that would have been a huge, huge win for the Seahawks, but bounce back form for the Rams at home, a game they kind of had to have. Didn't want to drop 2 in a row heading into that matchup against the Chiefs. They hold on. My lock pick of the week was the Chargers over the Raiders. Chargers, again, the most underrated team in the entire league, in my opinion. And they're going to be hoping for a Chiefs loss next week, because that would actually put them at a tie for the division. So, again, should be pretty interesting to see how that AFC West shakes out, especially if the Chiefs are to lose to the Los Angeles Rams next Monday. And two more correct picks on the week. Green Bay beat Miami again. This, you didn't really see much around this game. Again, no really national appeal. The Packers needed to bounce back after that Sunday night loss, though, and they do so in convincing fashion, 31-12. And the last correct pick on the week, who would have thunk it? But the New York Football Giants get a win in 2018 for the second time this season. They beat the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football 27-23. And I was able to see most of this game. Didn't see the first quarter, but it's a good win. If you're a Giants fan and I'm a Giants fan, I'm happy because and I've been hearing it from some Giants fans where they want to tank and they want to lose games, and I'm not here for that right now, to be completely honest, because I want to see them competitive. I want to see them win football games. I don't want to see the team that I like, the team that I root for, lose. Because I don't know if there is that one stud that you're going to get in this NFL draft next year. Obviously, a lot of that will shake out in January, February, March, and we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. But I want to see them be competitive and win football games, and they have an opportunity to do so. Again, this may very well be the final season of Eli Manning's career. I don't know that. We don't know that. Maybe he knows that. Maybe the Giants know that. But if it is, I want to see him go out and win some football games to end his career. Worry about the quarterback situation as it comes. All right. The Giants have some talented, players on offense. Barkley, Odell, you guys know the deal. I want to see them be competitive. I want to see them win games, and going out on the road off a bye. This is a game they absolutely had to win. And how else did it shake out but a game-winning drive for the New York Football Giants? You just absolutely have to love that, in my opinion. Again, 27-23. Things got a little bit shaky at the end with the San Francisco 49ers making a run, almost getting it into the end zone, but the defense able to hold. Again, the bad penalty to start the drive, that the roughing the passer call, and people it is what it is. You just got to accept the call and move on. You don't want to give it to him there, but is what it is. But again, it's a nice win for the Giants, and I tweeted this after the game. The offensive line played pretty well. And I think you saw what can happen when Eli has some time to throw the ball. 19-31, not a bad night. That's over 60% of his passes. I believe at least 2 touchdowns. One to Odell, one to Sterling Shepard. I mean, what more as a Giant fan? Defense, 2 interceptions, couple of sacks. That's a good team win. Obviously, I know the 49ers are not good, but the Giants aren't that good. Let's be completely honest. These are 2 1-7 teams, or maybe the 49ers were 2-7 going into. I'm not 100% sure. But 2 below average teams going at it, and the Giants got to win it, and that's a good thing. That is a very good thing that the Giants won a football game. It had been a long time, and I, as a fan, I had been wanting to see it, and I said it last week. This is a game that they absolutely had to have. Coming off a bye, all that time to prepare. You had to win this football game, and they did that. Obviously, it was close. I would have liked it to be a little bit more stress-free in the fourth quarter. I mean, specifically on that last drive that, again, you gave them, the 49ers had an opportunity to win the game, but the defense held. That's what you like to see. Eli Manning, another game-winning drive. I think he's upwards of 35 in his career. So that's a good job by the Giants. It's a good job in, what has been an abysmal season. Let's be honest. There were high expectations with this team, but it's a good thing that the Giants won. And I was very happy to see it. And, I think perhaps some momentum going forward. Again, getting into the playoffs is pretty much an afterthought at this point. But again, I want them to be competitive. I would like them to finish this season perhaps playing spoiler to a couple other teams and perhaps take that momentum into the offseason and next season. So, again, I was very happy with the Giants win. Again, they win at 27-23. That was my 10th correct pick on the week. Just to head into my incorrect picks, a lot of them really big surprises, in my opinion. We'll start with the Cleveland game. Just Atlanta, they stink. Oh, my gosh, does Atlanta stink. You go on to the road to Cleveland and lose in the way they did, 28-16. Again, not a good game for the Atlanta Falcons. The next one's the Titans over the Patriots. The Patriots get absolutely blown out, 34-10. I think a lot of Pats fans are just, brushing it to the side, and, they can do that because they pretty much have the division wrapped up anyways. But if I'm the Patriots, I'm worried about getting that bye, getting that first round bye, and having home field advantage, because I don't think that this Patriot team could go on the road and beat the Chiefs. I don't think they could beat the Chiefs. I think it would be a very tight game, very close game with the Steelers right now, the way they're playing. So if I'm the Patriots, I'm a little bit worried about that bye and about, to give some rest to Tom Brady. Obviously, they have a lot of veteran players. And also with that home field, because, we've seen them go on the road and lose in the playoffs. So it should be interesting to see how that all shakes out. But again, they get crushed by the Titans 34-10. Dallas over Philly. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles, if you have ever heard of the Super Bowl hangover, that is what is going on in Philadelphia right now. And you cannot convince me otherwise. This is a game tailor-made for them to win. They get at home against the Dallas Cowboys on a short week where they got crushed at home. It's cold. It's Sunday Night Football. And you lose 27-20 at home. The Philadelphia Eagles are not a good football team right now. They have not been playing good football. And they're in danger of missing out on the playoffs. Again, these are the reigning Super Bowl champions. And, Carson Wentz, he's played okay, I think. I mean, I think, obviously, I do, I have a soul. I do give compassion to the guy. He's coming off a very gruesome injury. But I wouldn't say he's played great. The defense has not been playing well. You give up 27. It's hard to win games when you're giving up 27 points, in my opinion. And things are not looking good for the Eagles right now. And, this may be an outlandish thought, but if things continue to go bad and you have a fighting shot, you have a Super Bowl MVP on your bench right now. And that's really all I got to say. Again, I know Carson Wentz he's an incredible talent, but he has not been playing the way we saw him pre-injury a season ago. But again, this is not completely on the offense. The defense has struggled, especially as of late. But again, a very bad loss for the Eagles at home to the Cowboys. And now they find themselves third place in the division. And the last incorrect pick, which made me 10-4 on the week, is none other than the Buffalo Bills demolishing the New York Jets 41-10. I mean, if you're a Jets fan, I honestly, I do kind of feel for you, to be completely honest. Because you get embarrassed. You get embarrassed at home to the Bills, 41-10. Matt Barkley didn't have a job 2 weeks ago. And my question is, how the heck does Todd Bowles still have a job right now? I mean, he's got I don't know what's going on with the upper management of the Jets, but Todd Bowles, he should be on his way out, and I don't know why it hasn't happened already. So, again, 10-4 on the week. Pretty happy with that. Overall record on the season, 92, 54, and 2. 92 correct picks, 54 incorrect, and we have those 2 ties at the beginning of the season. So we look to improve that record with my picks for week 11, but stick around. We'll have those when we come back. This is a showdown. I'm your host, Austin AJ Stellato. Back after this.